Turkey, land of ancient ruins, land of incredible landscapes, land of markets and centuries-old traditions. Colorful hot air balloons glide gently over a valley. The scent of incense rises slowly from the mosques. Traces of history hide among dust and silence. Welcome to the only country in the world that spans two continents, Europe and Asia. This special position has deeply influenced its intricate history. Over the centuries, many great civilizations, like the Romans, Byzantines, and Ottomans, have called Turkey home. They've left behind stunning architecture and numerous cultural traditions. By taking care of these natural wonders and historical places, we ensure that future generations can enjoy their beauty and continue to learn from the captivating tales they hold, just as we are about to do today. A hot air balloon ride over central Turkey's Cappadocia region is an adventure every traveler should experience, especially if you plan your trip right after the scorching hot summer months. The sky-high ride provides 360-degree views of the famous limestone spires and fairy chimneys, something you can't get at the ground level. As if plucked from a whimsical fairy tale and set down upon the stark Anatolian plains, Cappadocia is a geological oddity of honeycombed hills and towering boulders of otherworldly beauty. Cappadocia, ancient district in east-central Anatolia, situated on the rugged plateau north of the Taurus Mountains, in the center of present-day Turkey. Because of its rugged terrain and modest agricultural output, the area remained underdeveloped in antiquity, with only a few significant cities. The land rises in surreal formations, carved by centuries of erosion, creating a horizon that feels both ancient and dreamlike. Gentle winds sweep through vast valleys, carrying echoes of silence that make the rugged terrain seem endlessly vast and untamed. Layers of volcanic stone shimmer at sunrise, shifting through hues of gold, amber, and rose under the wide Anatolian sky. Towering spires pierce the horizon, their fragile shapes appearing almost weightless against the endless backdrop of plains and open sky. Each valley unfolds like a natural amphitheater, with sculpted walls rising steeply to meet plateaus, dusted by sun and time. The meeting of continents is felt not just on a map, but in the very pulse of a city where cultures, ideas, and traditions converge. Streets echo with the weight of empires while also carrying the rhythm of modern life, creating a place that never ceases to reinvent itself. Bridging Europe and Asia both physically and spiritually, Istanbul rises as a city defined by contrast and connection, where history and present are inseparable. Istanbul has always been a cultural giant. At the crossroads of two continents, Europe and Asia, this spectacular city has absorbed the best of both worlds. Istanbul, the bustling metropolis of Turkey, is a city full of charm, where the past goes hand in hand with the present, and every step brings to light a relic of times gone by. Historically known as Constantinople, it has served as a vital trading post on the Silk Road, facilitating interactions among diverse cultures for centuries. Turkey as a whole has a Mediterranean climate, and Istanbul is affected by the winds coming from the surrounding bodies of water. The city's street food scene fills the air with enticing aromas, where sizzling grills and fresh-baked bread create an atmosphere of constant delight. The waters surrounding the city glimmer in shifting shades of blue and silver, mirroring both the golden light of day and the quiet glow of night. Graceful bridges extend across the currents, serving not only as practical connections of land, but also as enduring symbols of cultural unity between continents. Kekova is a small Turkish island near Demre district of Antalya province, which faces the villages of Kalecköy and Uçaz. Kekova has an area of 2 square miles and is uninhabited. It was known as Doliciste in antiquity. After the Italian occupation of Castellarizo, Kekova, which at that time was temporarily inhabited during summer because of wood harvest, was disputed between Italy and Turkey. The 1932 convention between Italy and Turkey assigned it to Turkey. The Kekova region was declared a specially protected area on the 18th of January 1990 by the Turkish Ministry of Environment and Forest. All kinds of diving and swimming were prohibited and were subjected to special permits from governmental offices. UNESCO also lists it as a tentative candidate for World Heritage status. The stunning landscape surrounding is accessible only by boat, and you'll be struck by it as you navigate through azure, crystal-clear waters. The slopes of the island are covered in resilient Mediterranean vegetation, lending a subtle palette of greens that contrasts beautifully with the pale rock. The island appears as a long, quiet ridge on the water, its contours softened by time and giving it a gentle, dreamlike profile from a distance. The Grand Hagia Sophia is one of the most culturally significant monuments in the city of Istanbul. Recognized as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO, the Hagia Sophia has lived through centuries, empires, and disasters to tell the tale of time. This landmark was initially constructed as a church to serve as a pivotal point of worship for the Christian world under the East Roman Empire. While it was subsequently converted to a mosque, a museum, and now back to a mosque again, the Hagia Sophia Church has a rich backstory. The Hagia Sophia was first known as Magna Ecclesia because of its significantly large dimensions. It is over 14 centuries old, consecrated first in 360 CE by Bishop Eudoxius of Antioch during the reign of Constantius the Sin. It is considered the epitome of Byzantine architecture and is said to have changed the history of architecture. The site became a museum in 1935 and was redesignated as a mosque in 2020. Hagia Sophia became the quintessential model for Eastern Orthodox Church architecture, and its architectural style was emulated by Ottoman mosques 1,000 years later. The church has been described as holding a unique position in the Christian world and as an architectural and cultural icon of Byzantine and Eastern Orthodox civilization. A calm lagoon rests quietly beside the open sea, its stillness hinting at a story shaped by nature's patience and protection. From a distance, the curve of the bay appears like a sheltered dreamscape, inviting travelers long before they even arrive. Uludeniz, also known as Blue Lagoon, is one of the most popular holiday destinations of Turkey and Europe. Its unique sea and fantastic view makes the village popular and one of the most photographed beaches of the world. It is rated among the top 5 best beaches of the world, with its fabulous waters and beach. There are no properties in the valley. All hotels and hostels and restaurants, which make the valley a full holiday resort. Some of the best hotels, restaurants, and bars of Turkey is here, which make your holidays better. It is a beach resort on the Turkish Riviera, at the conjunction point of the Aegean and Mediterranean Seas. The seawater of Ölüdeniz is famous for its shades of turquoise and aquamarine, while its beach is an official blue flag beach. Literally translated as Dead Sea, the stunning lagoon is a protected area, ensuring that its natural beauty is preserved. Butterfly Valley, or Kelebekli Vadisi in Turkish, is a breathtaking 4-kilometer-long canyon at the base of Turkey's majestic Babadağ Mountain. Designated a nature preserve in 1995, the area remains protected from development. The valley is named after the numerous butterfly species that call it home, including the iconic Jersey tiger butterfly. The valley is flanked by towering cliffs that rise up to 350 meters, creating a dramatic backdrop for the serene beach below. The turquoise waters of the Mediterranean Sea lap against the pebbly shore, offering a perfect spot for swimming, sunbathing, or simply soaking in the natural beauty. Beyond its natural allure, Butterfly Valley holds significant historical importance. The region was once part of the ancient Lycian civilization, known for its rich cultural heritage and impressive ruins. The valley is situated at the foothill of Babadağ, a 1,975-meter-high mountain nominated for preservation as World Heritage. A wide strip sand beach at a bay on the Turkish Riviera protrudes from the valley. If you've enjoyed discovering Turkey's hidden gems like Butterfly Valley, please subscribe and join us on more unforgettable journeys. Gentle waves glide across a calm surface that seems to echo memories of a coastline long reshaped by time. What appears today as a quiet inland lake once moved with the tides, before earth and river slowly altered its form. A lingering Aegean spirit still drifts through its breeze, carrying soft reminders of a distant maritime past. Lake Bafa, also known as Lake Çamiçi, and in earlier times, the Vafi Sea, is a lake situated in southwestern Turkey. The lake used to be a gulf of the Aegean Sea until the Classical period, when the sea passage was gradually closed by the alluvial mass brought by Büyük Menderes River. The northern shore of the lake, where steep slopes are covered by wild or semi-domesticated olive trees, is virtually untouched to this day. The lake area was officially declared as a nature reserve named Lake Bafa Nature Park. Lake Bafa and its surrounding is one of the important bird sanctuaries in Turkey. The lake was declared a nature reserve in 1994 as Lake Bafa Nature Park. This little pocket of salty seawater, trapped inland by ancient sediment accumulation, has managed to retain all of its Aegean culture, with a landscape like no other. Tucked away in the tranquil landscapes of Antalya, the Duden Waterfall is one of Turkey's most enchanting natural wonders. With its cascading waters, lush surroundings, and serene atmosphere, it is a perfect destination for those seeking a peaceful escape into nature. Located approximately 12 kilometers northeast of Antalya's city center, Duden Waterfall is easily accessible for tourists and locals. The Duden Waterfall is fed by the Duden River, a significant waterway in the region. Over thousands of years, the river has carved through limestone rock formations, creating the waterfall and its surrounding caves. The area has been a popular destination for locals for centuries, with ancient civilizations recognizing the beauty and serenity of the falls. Today, the Duden Waterfall stands as one of Antalya's top natural attractions, drawing tourists from around the world. Duden Waterfall is truly a spectacle of nature, with water flowing through lush greenery, creating a peaceful and mesmerizing environment. Jagged limestone cliffs frame the waterfall, engraved with natural patterns carved slowly over thousands of years. Standing close to the edge, visitors feel the refreshing spray, experiencing the waterfall's raw energy and peaceful beauty. Rising majestically over the traffic on busy Ataturk Boulevard, this limestone aqueduct is one of the city's most distinctive landmarks. It was built to bring clean water into the city when it was the capital of the Byzantine Empire. Construction began under Emperor Constantine the Great and was completed by Emperor Valens in 375 AD, which is why it is named after him. For over 1,500 years, the aqueduct carried water from the Belgrade forest to the center of the city, ending at a large fountain near Beyazıt Square. Today, the Valens Aqueduct still stands on the historic peninsula. It stretches for about 800 meters between the Eminönü and Fatih districts, crossing over Atatürk Boulevard. The aqueduct remained in use for many centuries. It was extended and maintained by the Byzantines and the Ottomans. Its series of grand arches forms a rhythmic stone pattern that creates a striking silhouette against the sky. Each arch is perfectly proportioned, revealing the remarkable engineering precision achieved by ancient builders. The massive stone pillars supporting the arches showcase a blend of strength and symmetry rarely matched in ancient constructions. Izmir is the third most populous city in Turkey, after Istanbul and Ankara. The city is on the Aegean coast of Anatolia and is the capital of Izmir province. As of 2024, Izmir province has a total population of 4,493,242, while Izmir city is home to around 3.3 million inhabitants. It extends along the outlying waters of the Gulf of Izmir and inland to the north across the Gediz River Delta. Izmir has more than 3,000 years of recorded urban history and up to 8,500 years of history as a human settlement since the Neolithic period. In classical antiquity, the city was known as Smyrna, a name which remained in use in English and several other languages until around 1930. Government efforts during that period gradually phased out the original Greek name internationally in favor of its Turkish counterpart, Izmir. Izmir has been one of the principal mercantile cities of the Mediterranean Sea for much of its history. The city stretches gracefully along the sparkling waters of a natural gulf, its coastline dotted with modern marinas and bustling promenades. At sunset, the city glows with warm golden and pink hues, reflecting off the Gulf and casting a magical light over its buildings. Konyaalti is an abandoned village located in southwest Turkey, very close to the city of Fethi. Konyaalti has been completely abandoned since 1923 and often is an entirely missed stop on a trip itinerary when visiting Turkey. this village to feel entirely out of this world. It was beautiful, unique, and so fascinating. Once known as Levisi, the village was home to over 10,000 people. The village was forcefully abandoned at the end of the Greco-Turkish War when a population exchange happened, which meant that Muslims and Christians were exchanged between the countries of Greece and Turkey. In 1957, a large earthquake took a toll on this beautiful village, which of course caused it to become damaged. The village remained unhabituated and abandoned for decades, making the once beautiful village crumble and disintegrate under the natural elements. It's a monument frozen in time, a physical reminder of darker times in Turkey. The remains of churches and chapels stand solemnly, their arches and stone facades hinting at former grandeur. With hillsides dotted by countless crumbling buildings slowly being swallowed by greenery and endless views into vanished lives, it's also a fascinating and starkly beautiful place to visit. Hidden between forested slopes and quiet stretches of coastline, a sheltered cove reveals a world where nature still feels wonderfully untouched. Steep hills rise protectively around the water, creating a sense of seclusion that invites visitors to slow down and breathe deeply. In this tranquil setting, every detail, from the shimmering surface of the water to the rugged terrain, comes together in perfect harmony. Cennet Koyu, often referred to as Heaven Bay, is a stunning nature preserve located within the Beydalara Sahili Milli Parkı near Kemer in Antalya. This captivating spot is a true testament to Turkey's natural beauty, featuring crystal-clear waters surrounded by lush greenery and rugged mountains. The tranquil ambience, coupled with the pristine environment, makes Cennet Koyu an ideal destination for tourists seeking both adventure and relaxation. The area is home to a diverse range of flora and fauna, making it a haven for nature enthusiasts and photographers alike. The beach is known for its clear and shiny sea, which is often compared to a large pool. However, the beach does not have a proper sandy area, and the shore can be rocky in places. The beach is nestled amidst a forest, providing a serene escape from the usual beach crowds. Waves glide gently over golden sand that seems to run endlessly, creating a sense of freedom rarely found on crowded Mediterranean beaches. The soft breeze carries both the scent of the sea and the timeless spirit of the land, inviting visitors to linger and explore. Here, the beauty of the coast unfolds slowly, through wide horizons, untouched nature, and a serenity that feels both rare and unforgettable. Patara Beach is one of the most visited places by tourists who will spend their vacation in Turkey and is situated on the beautiful turquoise coast. This beach is one of the longest Mediterranean coastlines, stretching 18 kilometers of golden sand. Apart from the stunning scenery, Patara Beach has a lot of history, particularly the remains of the ancient city of Patara. Patara Beach is one of the most beautiful beaches that one can visit, since it has clear water and one can visit ruins. Tourists will also learn about the environmental importance of the place, since it is a breeding ground for loggerhead sea turtles. Patara Beach is one of the most picturesque beaches in Turkey, and it is also a protected area of natural significance for sunbathing and swimming. The sunset is magnificent from the seashore or the hills, and it has a romantic view. Güvercinada Castle, locally known as Güvercinada Kalesi or Kuşadası Kale, lies on a small island in the harbour of the town Kuşadası in the province of Aydın in Turkey. The town of Kuşadası dates back to antiquity, when it was known as Ephesus Neapolis. Probably there would have been buildings or maybe even a fortification on the island of Güvercinada in those times. An inscription above the gate of the castle bears the year 1242. The square Byzantine keep of the castle dates back to that time. The present castle, however, is said to have been built by Hayreddin Barbarossa, an Ottoman naval admiral in the mid-16th century. The castle has an irregular shape, as its walls follow the contours of the island. The island is linked to the shore by a causeway. It has been nominated as a potential UNESCO World Heritage Site, having entered the organization's tentative list. Its stone walls rise directly from the rocky shoreline, creating a striking silhouette against the surrounding waters. Battlements crown the structure, giving it a timeless maritime character as they stand watch over the gentle waves below. Weathered stones, shaped by centuries of sea breezes, add texture and depth to its sturdy facade. At night, the castle is softly illuminated, its walls glowing above the dark water like a quiet guardian of the harbor. Tucked between towering cliffs along Turkey's southwestern coast, a hidden cove reveals a burst of color that feels almost otherworldly. Kaputas Beach is a small beach between Kaş and Kalkan in southwestern Turkey. The beach is situated at a point where an extremely narrow valley, towered by steep cliffs and forests, joins the seashore in the cove of the same name as the beach. The beach is popular among visitors to the region due to its natural environment and views from the heights traversed by the State Road D400 between Kaş and Kalkan. This small cove is famous for its vibrant blue water, a result of unique underwater currents. With its pristine sand and crystal-clear waters, Kaputas offers a tranquil escape for visitors looking to unwind in a picturesque setting. Despite its small size, it boasts a charm that leaves a lasting impression, making it an unmissable spot during your holiday in Kaş. Kaputas Beach is a natural wonder, formed where a narrow gorge meets the Mediterranean Sea. The beach is a mix of fine pebbles and sand, ideal for sunbathing or wading into the shallow waters. Kaputas tends to get crowded during peak summer months, so arriving early in the day is recommended to secure a good spot. Shaped by the hand of nature and extant since ancient times, Pamukkale, meaning Cotton Castle in Turkish, is one of the world's most outstanding legacies. The site is comprised of terraces and travertine formed by hot springs and streams depositing carbonate minerals. You will be amazed at the dazzling white Pamukkale travertine terraces. Pamukkale's waters are believed to have curative powers and have been used as a thermal bath for centuries. Noted for its extraordinary characteristics, the ancient site has been inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1988. Pamukkale has also become a crucial site to Christianity, after one of the apostles of Jesus, Saint Philip, was murdered in this city. Nestled in the picturesque River Menderes Valley within Turkey's inner Aegean region, Pamukkale captivates visitors with its ethereal beauty and geological significance. This mesmerizing location is renowned for its unique carbonate mineral formations, formed over time by the cascading waters. The Turkish name refers to the surface of the shimmering snow-white limestone, shaped over millennia by calcite-rich springs. Dripping slowly down the mountainside, mineral-rich waters collect in and cascade down the mineral terraces into pools below. When in Turkey, you may already have Istanbul and Cappadocia as part of your plan. But let us tell you about a hidden gem that should really get your attention: Akdamar Island and the magnificent Armenian church. Akdamar Island, also known as Akdamar or Akdamar, is the second largest of the four main islands in Lake Van in eastern Turkey. The island is a small piece of land with an area of only 0.7 square kilometers, but it packs a powerful punch when it comes to history and natural beauty. The Akdamar Island tour is a must-do for anyone visiting Turkey, as it offers a unique experience that combines history, culture, and breathtaking scenery. As you approach the island, the striking silhouette of the Armenian cathedral welcomes you, creating an awe-inspiring first impression. The island rises gently from the blue waters, its rocky slopes softened by patches of greenery that shimmer in the sunlight. Gentle slopes rise toward the center, creating a harmonious blend of rocky terrain and delicate greenery that shifts in color throughout the year. Its compact size accentuates its charm, offering an intimate landscape where every path reveals a new angle of beauty. In winter, the island is dusted with snow, its rocky contours softened into a serene white silhouette above the still, icy waters. The main attraction on Akdamar Island is the Cathedral of the Holy Cross. This church was built a very long time ago, between the years 915 and 921 AD. It was built by an Armenian king named Gagik I Artsruni. The church is a stunning example of old Armenian architecture and art. Ishak Pasha Palace is a semi-ruined palace, an administrative complex located in the Doğu Beyazıt district of Ara province of eastern Turkey. The Ishak Pasha Palace is an Ottoman period palace whose construction was started in 1685 by the Bey of the Beyazıt province, Kolak Abdi Pasha of the Çildirogulari. Construction was continued by Ishak Pasha, a descendant of Abdi Pasha, who was to give his name to the palace and became the Pasha of Çildir from 1790 to 1791. According to the inscription on its door, the harem section of the palace was completed by Ishak Pasha in 1784. The Ishak Pasha Palace is one of the few examples of surviving historical Turkish palaces. The palace was depicted on the reverse of the Turkish 100 new lira banknote of 2005 to 2009. In 2000, the palace was added to the UNESCO tentative list of World Heritage Sites. Palace on the Silk Route near the Iranian frontier. It is not at all in the Ottoman tradition, but is rather a mixture of Anatolian, Iranian, and North Mesopotamian architectural tradition. The palace rises majestically on a rocky outcrop, its stone walls blending seamlessly with the surrounding landscape. Towers and bastions punctuate the structure, giving it a fortress-like appearance while adding elegance to its silhouette. Despite partial ruin, the palace exudes a sense of grandeur and timelessness, embodying both historical significance and architectural beauty. Konyaalti Beach is one of the two main beaches of Antalya, the other being İhlara Beach. The beach is located on the western side of the city and stretches for 13 kilometers, primarily composed of fine pebbles, but also has some sand. Konyaalti Beach has blue flag status, which confirms the good water quality. The Konyaalti Beach is a beautiful one, with the crystal-clear sea, pebbles, and the mountains of Beydalara in the background. It is mainly made up of small stones, although there is a section of sand. The beach is also accessible at any time of the day, and any day of the week since it does not have any restrictions on its operating time. It is recommended that one should visit Konyaalti beaches in the months of April to November, since it is more appropriate for beach activities. These months are characterized by a Mediterranean climate, and the weather is usually sunny, with moderate temperatures in spring and autumn, and hot temperatures in summer. The shoreline curves gently, creating a long, inviting stretch where pebbles glisten under the sun. The gradual slope of the beach makes it ideal for wading into the calm, transparent sea. In the eastern reaches of Turkey, nature reveals its power and serenity through cascading waters that have shaped the land for centuries. Amid rugged terrain and verdant surroundings, a striking waterfall plunges with a rhythmic force, captivating all who pause to watch. The stream that feeds it winds gracefully through the landscape, carrying with it the whispers of history and the quiet murmur of distant mountains. One of eastern Turkey's most stunning natural attractions, Muradiye Waterfall in the province of Van, welcomes visitors with its breathtaking scenery. Flowing from a height of approximately 65 feet along the Bendemahi stream, the waterfall and its surroundings offer a unique beauty in every season. Muradiye Falls are named for Sultan Murad IV, who passed by on the way to the Baghdad campaign. The falls are on the Bendemahi stream, which is fed by Mount Tinderek. Together with the waterfall, the vegetation decorating the region offers beautiful views. Water tumbles over jagged rocks, creating a frothy white curtain that contrasts beautifully with the dark stone beneath. The roar of the falling water resonates through the surrounding valley, echoing off cliffs and adding a sense of drama to the scene. In winter, the waterfall is partially frozen, with icicles hanging from the rocks and a soft layer of snow blanketing the surrounding landscape. The third Bosphorus Bridge, officially named the Yavuz Sultan Selim Bridge, is the third bridge built across the Bosphorus Strait, which connects the Black Sea to the Mediterranean via the Marmara Sea. Not only does the strait divide Istanbul, it also forms part of the boundary between Europe and Asia. It relieves the two oldest Bosphorus bridges from a part of the traffic and supports the road infrastructure development around the brand new Istanbul International Airport. The foundation stone was laid on 29 May 2013, and the bridge opened to traffic on 26 August 2016. At 1,056 feet, it is the world's fifth tallest bridge of any type. The main span is the 13th longest suspension bridge in the world. It is also one of the world's widest suspension bridges at 192 feet across, making it one of the biggest transport megaprojects. Designed by the Swiss engineer Jean-François Klein and by the French structural engineer Michel Viollet-Joux from T Ingénierie, the bridge is a combined road-rail bridge. The bridge's sleek, modern design soars gracefully above the water, blending engineering brilliance with aesthetic elegance. Its towering pylons, rising like monumental sculptures, dominate the skyline and create a striking visual landmark. The bridge's expansive width allows for multiple lanes of traffic and rail simultaneously, creating a sense of grandeur and scale. At sunset, the bridge casts long shadows over the water, with its silhouette outlined against a fiery, colorful sky. Few places along Turkey's southwestern coast combine untouched natural beauty with ecological importance, offering both serenity and wildlife protection. This narrow, sandy spit, bordered by calm river waters and the Mediterranean, serves as a sanctuary for endangered turtles. Visitors experience golden sands and gentle waves while witnessing a carefully preserved ecosystem that prioritizes conservation over mass tourism development. Amid rustling coastal vegetation and shifting tides, the beach reflects resilience, showing how nature survives alongside cautious human presence. İztuzu Beach is a 4.5-kilometer-long beach near Dalyan, in the Ortaköy district of the province of Muğla, in southwestern Turkey. The beach is a narrow spit of land, which forms a natural barrier between the freshwater delta of the Dalyan River and the Mediterranean. It is one of the main breeding grounds for loggerhead sea turtles in the Mediterranean and is therefore often referred to as Turtle Beach. The beach has had a protected status since 1988 and is part of the Koyçiz Dalyan Special Environmental Protection Area. From 1984 onwards, there had been rumors about developing the beach for mass tourism. The beach is bordered by the calm Dalian River on one side and the Aegean Sea on the other, providing an unforgettable landscape. Nestled on a steep cliff in the Altındere Valley, the Sumela Monastery is one of Turkey's most fascinating historical and religious sites. Built into the mountainside at 1,200 meters, this iconic monastery offers breathtaking views of the lush green valley. Dating back to the 4th century, Sumela Monastery is believed to have been founded by Greek Orthodox monks and dedicated to the Virgin Mary. The monastery is one of the most important historic and touristic venues in Trabzon. Another draw is the fact that Sumela is on UNESCO's tentative list for designation as a World Heritage Site. At over 1,000 years old, it is one of the oldest monasteries in the Christian world. For many years, travelers could only view the site from a distance, but today, visitors are welcome to walk the grounds again. Part of the Altındere National Park, the area is simply beautiful, marked by lush trees and mountain streams, which add to the awe-inspiring nature of the location. The monastery's facade is carved directly into the rock, creating an almost seamless blend between human craftsmanship and natural formation. The contrast between the rugged cliffs and the delicate architectural details highlights the extraordinary skill of the monastery's builders. In winter, the monastery is draped in a blanket of snow, with icicles glinting from the cliffs and the valley below hushed in a serene, white silence. A narrow ribbon of greenery winds quietly between towering cliffs, hinting at centuries of life carved into stone. Shadows stretch across the canyon walls, where hidden dwellings and ancient frescoes tell stories long preserved in silence. The valley's quiet depths reveal a landscape shaped by fire and water, offering glimpses of both natural power and human ingenuity. The Ihlara Valley is a canyon, which is 15 kilometers long and up to 150 meters deep, in the southwest of the Turkish region of Cappadocia. The valley contains around 50 rock-hewn Christian churches and numerous rock-cut buildings. The earlier Greek name, Peristrema, of the village of Belisama, which is located about halfway along the valley from Ihlara to Selim, gave its name to the valley as well. The earlier Greek name, peristrema of the village of Belisama, which is located about halfway along the valley from Ihlara to Selima, gave its name to the valley as well. At its peak, Ihlara Valley was host to up to 80,000 inhabitants, with a huge number of dwellings cut into the rock walls and churches decorated by frescoes. Ihlara Valley has a 16-kilometer gorge cut from the volcanic rock after eruptions of Mount Erciyes. Towering cliffs rise sharply on either side, their rugged surfaces etched with centuries of wind and water erosion. Tazi Canyon, which its literal translation to English is Greyhound Canyon, is a famous attraction point located in the Manavgat district of Antalya. The canyon is in Köprülü Canyon National Park, towards the northern part of Gazilla Village Cemetery. What makes this canyon so special is it is one of the recent discoveries in Turkey. The wall of the formation is between 200 and 400 meters in height, and it is one of the most preferred destinations by wedding photographers. Although the canyon used to be known by the locals for centuries, the area managed to become very popular thanks to social media. Basically, Tazi Canyon is located in Antalya, which is the leading city in terms of the number of annual foreign visitors in Turkey. Although Tazi Canyon became a popular attraction after its photos were shared on social media in 2017, the age of the canyon dates back thousands of years ago. Unfortunately, due to the lack of transportation infrastructure, the government could not make any further studies about the formation of this natural beauty. However, considering its depth and size, it is believed that the canyon was formed about 100,000 years ago. The area used to be known by the locals living in the region, but was kept a secret for long years. One of nature's most generous regions, located in front of the Taurus Mountains, by the Mediterranean Sea, and the hub of many civilizations throughout the centuries. Located on a peninsula reaching into the Mediterranean Sea, the holiday resort is a typical southern town with stunning nature and ancient history. Alanya, formerly Alay, is a beach resort city, a municipality and district of Antalya province. It is on the southern coast of Turkey, in the country's Mediterranean region, 133 kilometers 83 miles east of the city of Antalya. Because of its natural strategic position on a small peninsula into the Mediterranean Sea below the Taurus Mountains, Alanya has been a local stronghold for many Mediterranean-based empires. The Mediterranean climate, natural attractions, and historic heritage make Alanya a popular destination for tourism. It is responsible for 9% of Turkey's tourism sector and 30% of foreign purchases of real estate in the country. Tourism has risen since 1958 to become the dominant industry in the city, resulting in a corresponding increase in city population. With a population of over 130,000 inhabitants, Alanya is lively with both foreigners and locals. In fact, the city has been nicknamed "Where the Sun Smiles." The Bosphorus Bridge spans across the Bosphorus Strait between Ortaköy district on the European side and Beylerbeyi on Istanbul's Asian side. It offers the chance for visitors to cross between the two continents that make up this unique and extensive city. The famous bridge is approximately 1.5 kilometers wide and 165 meters high, with an underneath clearance of 64 meters, which allows for larger ships to pass below. Construction of the Bosphorus Bridge began in 1970 under the command of Prime Minister Adnan Menderes, who first proposed the idea in 1957. Three years later, the building works were completed and the bridge was declared open on October 29, 1973. Exactly 50 years after Turkey became an independent republic. It has 8 lanes, 3 in each direction, plus an emergency lane and a sidewalk, although pedestrians are no longer allowed to walk across the bridge. The impressive structure cost around $200 million to build. It is estimated that over 180,000 vehicles pass over the bridge daily. On July 15, 2016, the Bosphorus Bridge was officially renamed Martyrs Bridge, although it is often still referred to as First Bridge. The Bosphorus Bridge was the first of 3 suspension bridges to connect the naturally divided city. As the sun sinks toward the horizon, the bridge glows in warm shades of gold and rose, casting shimmering reflections across the quiet water below. Long stretches of rock and forest seem to guide the eye toward a river that has carved its story in silence. The canyon's cool air carries the scent of pine and rushing water, offering a first hint of the wild beauty within. Even before reaching its heart, the landscape suggests a place where nature's power and tranquility exist side by side. Köprülü Canyon National Park is a natural paradise located near Manavgat, offering breathtaking landscapes, adventure activities, and rich history. Famous for its dramatic cliffs, turquoise river, and lush forests, it's a must-visit destination for outdoor enthusiasts. Visitors can also explore ancient Roman bridges and ruins, adding a touch of history to the natural beauty. Its main attractions include the Köprüçay River, Oluk Bridge, and diverse flora and fauna. Köprülü Canyon National Park is at the middle of many natural beauties in a fertile valley. Covering an area of 141 square miles, it was established as a national park by the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry on December 12, 1973. From the towering mountains to the sparkling seas, Turkey offers landscapes filled with wonder, history, and breathtaking beauty. Its ancient ruins tell stories of empires long past, inviting travelers to explore and reflect on history's depth. The combination of natural landscapes and human craftsmanship creates scenery that is both inspiring and unforgettable for visitors. From sun-drenched beaches to serene valleys, every corner of Turkey presents new wonders waiting to be discovered. Each city, town, and monument tells a story, bridging the past and present with remarkable historical continuity and charm.